Happy New Year, members. I'm sure you enjoyed a nice meal or two over the holidays and would agree with me there's nothing more frustrating than ruining that expensive steak by cooking it far too long. In today's video, I'm going to show you a foolproof way to cook your steak to the perfect temperature every single time. It's called the reverse sear method. Essentially, we reverse the way we normally cook a steak. We slow cook it first and sear it over high heat at the end. It's the only way I cook my steak now. What you'll need for the reverse sear method: a good quality steak, preferably 1.5 to 2 inches thick, no less than 1.5 inches thick, preferably dry aged. Kosher salt, fresh ground pepper, an oven, heavy skillet, and a temperature probe. It's called the meter probe. It goes inserted in the meat and it stays in the meat while it cooks in the oven. Always remove your steak at least 1 hour before you're ready to cook it. I've taken this out an hour in advance, and what we're going to do now is going to preheat the oven to 250 to 275 degrees, somewhere in that range, a low heat. We're going to season the salt generously with salt and pepper. Just do that. Some fresh ground pepper. Flip it over. Do the same on the other side. I'm going to insert my meat probe into the thick middle part of the meat. And we place it on a cookie sheet on top of a rack. It goes in the oven at 275-ish degrees, and it'll tell me when it's done as this is hooked up to my phone. Okay, we're back. We took these steaks out of the oven about 10 degrees before the final finishing temperature we want them at. So the strip loin and the ribeye came out at about 120 degrees in terms of temperature. Now it's important to let them sit for about 10 minutes, let them get back to more room temperature, and now we're going to reverse sear them. So all we're doing is we have a pan at very, very high heat, a little bit of canola oil. Make sure you have your hood on full strength because else you'll fill your house with smoke. Let that oil heat up for 20 seconds or so, and we're going to quickly and carefully reverse sear these for about 1 minute per side. And you can see how hot the pan is. You can add, on the second part, when you flip it, some fresh butter, fresh herbs, garlic, shallots, and baste it in the butter for the last minute of searing. Add some flavor to it. I just use salt and pepper. The steaks are out of the pan. The good thing about this method is you eat them right away. Traditionally, if you cook your steak in a barbecue or in a frying pan, you tend to have to let it rest for 10 minutes after cooking. When this is the reverse sear is done, you serve them immediately. I like to use the thicker steak, cut it on the diagonal, and then split it up amongst my family. And you can see, as we look at this steak, that it's done absolutely perfectly. I like mine just between medium rare and medium rare. And the best way to finish this now is just with a little finishing salt of your choice. I'll try a little bite. And that is delicious. Bon appetit.